Well, hello, friends. It's me, E. Giuliano, and it is the 30th of April, coming to you around midday UTC, and things are kicking off here. Friends of Komodo Platform, friends of Pirate Chain. This has been great. We've been getting a few hundred views on these pirate price chart videos. Every time I ask you to like the video, you do. So like this video, okay? Just while I'm switching the screen to share the screen, just hit that like button on the video, make a comment. It definitely helps. I like to see those comments. And at this point, I can interact a little bit with them. And what else? Yeah, share it if you think there's value here, but mainly just watch it all the way through if you can. Maybe use 1.5x, 1.75x speed if you want to speed that up and kind of get through it a little bit faster. I know I would, but that's just me. Everybody's different. I hope you find value in this and you learn something from here. I'm using getaurox. If you want to try getaurox, they're offering, I still think it's free. I will check again, but anyway, I have a link in the referral below, referral link in the description below. And that's about it right now. We are looking at Pirate USDT, and it is a bloodbath. There's clanging and voices shouting, and the waves are crashing all over people, just battling it out right now. And you see all this blood being shed here, all of this blood being shed here from the highs of somebody really got stabbed up here. Somebody got stabbed up here at like the 17 level, and then we're here at 13 really fighting it out, and then just got destroyed down to the 7 level, and then up back to the 10 11 level, and now down to the 5 something level. Okay, but have no fear, fellow pirates. Check it out. We are nearing the end of this, at least this initial brutality. Unfortunately, if that takes us down another $1.50 to $2, that might be our fate. In which case, hopefully you didn't get rid of all of your powder. In fact, that's the idea, is you never want to fully get rid of everything. I mean, if you do get rid of it, that means maybe that you have a regular income that you put towards savings and investments, in which case, and by the way, this is not financial advice at all, right? We're just looking at these charts, enjoying the picture unfold, learning how to read them so that we can make better decisions for ourselves. And yeah, look, so we have decisively come through this Ichimoku cloud weak point here, like that side of the knee I mentioned. And if we look at it technically, I did a little bit of let's call it research. I looked into the patterns. So what we are seeing is what I thought we might see, and I don't know. Okay, we have two options here. Okay, but I do see. So one option is just an overall zigzag pattern that looks like this, but is much bigger. And this would be the first part. It would be like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 impulse type of move, then a retrace, and then down. But we've come so far down already. How can we go that much further just at the beginning? We could, though. Anything could happen. We could make, it just doesn't look like it. Looks too symmetrical. It bounced nicely from 61.8%. It just feels like this is a zigzag, but it feels like it's part of a bigger correction. It's not just a one zigzag correction and then up, although it could be, because we haven't broken this trend line yet from way back here when we started this impulse, this overall impulse back beginning of April. Okay, for your first few days of April. And what I'm seeing here, so we haven't broken that initial one, but we definitely look like correction mode. And unless we really ramp up and continue ramping up into May, then at some point we're going to break it, even if we go up here and then come back down. We've definitely broke it. And that would allow us to include another pattern that connects and makes a bigger corrective pattern. We don't know if it'll be what's called a flat, or maybe this might even be a triangle overall. We shall see how this plays out, but it looks like we're nearing the end of, if this is a zigzag to get us started, looks like we're nearing the end. It's about a 1-to-1, the A wave and the C wave are roughly a 1-to-1. and it seems to fit the Fibonacci technicals, which we won't really go into. Let's just watch it play out here, okay? We still can come back down to this $4 level, but we have at least a chunk of support here between the 7-ish level down to the 5-ish level. We had nothing. Okay, all we have is over here. Everything else was just straight up here, and we never really came down. So it was inevitable once we broke down below this kind of 6.5 level, we were clearly making it down to this roughly 5.5 level. Okay, now we've got a little bit more chunk to work with here. So maybe that'll give us the support we need. Short term, okay, this is the 4-hour chart, ARRRBTC. Thanks for joining me. I hope you know, you're not sweating too hard. All right. And if you are sweating real hard, I hope it's for a good cause, because you're exercising right now, and that's good for you, you know, stay healthy. All right. Yeah, so we might round down soon, but still that's a lot of time to play for this. So who knows? I don't think we're going to just be staying sideways, although it looks like we are bouncing here, and on a daily candle, we'll see just in a moment what that looks like. However, we are going a lower time frame to take a look here on the 1 hour. Boom. Okay, we are completely bear mode on the 1 hour with the moving averages. Okay, they have flipped as of, let's say, completely flipped as of this 200 moving above the 150 2 days ago, roughly 1.5 days ago. Okay, so that's where we are, but how long will it last? I don't know. We found this support level here. We've got some decent looking support. And in terms of indicators, we are now on the bottom level. We have made a higher low. Okay, so that could be in our favor. Does that support with here? Yes, it does show some. Let's just get ourselves a little better view here to see that higher low. So the low is here, boom, boom. And then the higher low is here, boom, with a lower low in price. So that could be some divergence in our favor. Let's see what happens. It might only be temporary. We might just pump up a little bit to this cloud and then come back down. I don't know. And in which case, boy, if we pump to this, well, we wouldn't want to break this level. So if we pump up to around this $6.50, $7 level and then keep going down further, I mean, that is a possibility. Don't count it out. We're just looking at what's potential, but what's likely. And right now we're feeling like what's likely is a bit of a bigger bounce overall, Look at how big this structure is. We want to now have a comparative bounce for this structure. So even if we can bounce into the cloud up to here, at least that gives us to the $8 level. And now my thinking is we're looking at market cap here. We're looking at market caps. We're hovering around that billion market cap, right? Let's check that CoinGecko level right now. Going up CoinGecko, we are at 550. We are hovering just under that billion market cap. So we're fighting with that right now. We are in a fight. If we can't hold that billion market cap, then we are we're gonna have to figure out where we can support it, which looks like it might be more around the 750, 600 to 500 million level. But that just it doesn't look like that's where we're going. Let's see what the RSI on the 1 hour now. This is 1 hour, right? This is a 1 hour chart. So what that means is there's a lot more noise. There's a lot more movement. However, it looks like here since the 27, the 28, 29, and into 30, we are working with some very much lows, which we haven't seen since before that run up in April, beginning of April. So this is back here in the 3rd. So in which case, we look decent on the 1 hour. Now, it doesn't mean we're going all the way back up the top, and that's going to mean a super huge price pump. We might go up to the top, and that might only mean a price pump, you know, up to this 200 level or something like that, back to the 8 or 10 or even 11 level. 11 would bring us to 200 billion, but maybe we need to hang around through, not 200 billion, I misspoke, 2 billion, but maybe we need to you know, figure out what 1.5 billion means for Pirate first and hang around there and deal with that level. So overall, though, it looks like we might be nearing the end of this dip. So that was the 1 hour. We looked at 4 hour. Things look like they're rounding. Things look like they're slowing down. at least temporarily, right? So let's look at the daily chart to get a better idea. Ooh, yeah, scrolly, scrolly, scrolly. Now you can see, wow, we are in an indecision candle. It would really be nice if it's green. Unfortunately, it's also just so small and even. It could just be a pause, and then we just keep going down further. It could be it's too uncertain at this point, but that makes sense, right? Psychologically, it's uncertain. Things are uncertain. People might be wondering, oh, is it time to sell? What do I do? Yeah, when are we going lower than this yellow 20-day moving average? Again, last time we were there was April. So if this happens, and how long were we down there? Not that long. Well, we were fighting with it for a while. And hey, you know what? If we fight with it here for a while, that's fine. It will round out. And if we kind of fight above and below, that would be great. That would be great. If we can eventually make our way over by the end of May here, that would be phenomenal. If not, no problem. There's time on our side, as I like to hear Benjamin Cohen say. Because you know what, Pirate is just getting started. There's no question about that. So the other idea is, look, hey, what if, so we misjudged it and said, okay, maybe this first initial drop is all we're getting. And so we bought in at like $7 or even $10, let's say, okay? If you bought in at $10 and you had 1,000, you put like half at $10, that's 500. That's you got 10, 50. So you got what, 50 R, whatever you got, okay. And then let's say it comes down here to the $5 level, and you put in, I don't know, another $300, and now you can get for $5 you get 20 for each 100. So you get 1,200. So now you have 1,700, and you've spent 1,700 you've spent $800 to get those 1,700. And so now your $8 can be, sorry, your $800 and your 1,700 Pirate give you your total cost of your Pirate, and that should be less than $10. It'll be more than 5, but depending on how many you bought at 10, how many you bought at 5, how many you bought at 7, that'll determine your overall cost. And then how many you buy at 4, if that's where it goes, and 2, if that's where it goes, that will determine your overall cost. So that once this overall correction is finished and boom, we go higher, that's where you benefit. Now, again, none of this is advice. However, you know, take what you will for yourself. We all got to learn our lessons one way or another, and sometimes those lessons are painful. And this is a great place to learn lessons, not just this channel, but the whole crypto verse. And you know what? Hopefully you can just stay in the game, even if you need to watch it from the sidelines for a bit, or from the bench or whatever it is. You know what I mean? You know, you do what you got to do, but discouragement will be your defeater. Don't be defeated by discouragement. All right. Also, don't be naive about time. Time takes a while. All right. This dump must have been feeling like a long time, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, about a week here. Days. This is a daily candle chart now. Okay. So we're just coming up along this initial trend line. My initial guess the other day, based on what we saw, is that at some point, maybe it'll be after breaking it and then go up, maybe before breaking it and go up. But I do see some sort of potential for, you know, maybe one of these. That would suck, but who knows what Bitcoin's doing, right? Maybe Bitcoin makes its move up and then it has a final wave and comes back down. Who knows? But this is not even end of May, so I don't think this is happening anytime soon like that. Could be, you know, something like that, and then, you know, we get out of here and then finally make our way out of there somehow, some way. Another option is that we oops. I should be going up over here. Another option is that we make our way up and then kind of come down this way and make more of an overall triangle shape and then get out of here. If we make a more symmetrical type of triangle shape, that's an option. Okay, we might make actually just using from the $10 to $5 level might be our triangle A wave, and from there we might make, you know, up in here a triangle and then find our way out. Okay, and within this triangle would be its own corrective pattern that is maybe not a zigzag, or maybe it would be some form of zigzag, or maybe a 5 pattern wave, or whatever. In fact, what it should be is like a 3, a 3, and a 3, and just keep going back and forth, touching 5 times or 4 times, and then the 5th wave, depending what's happening, where it's going. In our case, it's going up. So let's watch it play out. It could be creating something along this line, maybe a flat triangle, a flat-based triangle with a horizontal demand line and this downward slanting supply line, or maybe maybe we're looking at something more like this, and then it might be based on the you know, based on the direction that, oops, that is not the arrow, although that is a direction. You know, something like that. Maybe that's what ends up happening, and then it finds its way out and does something else. We don't know. I mean, this triangle might be a short triangle. It might make it all the way over to the end of May. It might even make it into June, depending how big things get. Look, we're not out of the woods yet by far. If we dump even further, which we could, you know what, I'm not saying no, and I hate to think that way because it sucks, but it's not impossible. Now from 5 to, you know, 2.5, or even to 4. 5 to 4 is another 20%. I mean, look here, we're 20% today. What's this crypto? You know, you still get kicked down the well. It's okay. Just grab onto something and make your way back up if you can. Just got to have the strength, the fortitude to stick with it, and doing your best to learn and make healthy decisions for yourself overall, financially, you know, like in terms of your wealth, and mentally in terms of your mindset, and that extends into personal relationships and self-care. All right, so we don't know where we're going. We don't know what's happening. We are just watching it play out, but we are getting ideas based on what we see so far. And let's just take a look here. We finally have crossed with the MACD signal line, or so our histogram is now moving into a negative territory, but we can expect more. So yeah, we might just get this temporary relief over here and then be making another wave down, and that'll be our final wave. So at least we can say, even if we make it up a little bit, but we can't make it past the $6-7 level, at least then, yeah, we might not even make it past the 650, 675, right? And then come back down, but we could stop at the 4 at that point, and then we'll be done. And then we might be looking at a different pattern. Then we might be looking at a different pattern that will be potentially good for selling at a burst and then buying back in at a dump in order to increase the stack, playing that ratio again. Again, none of that's advice. And if you didn't buy yet, I mean, it's not a bad time. In fact, if you're laddering in, I'm guessing a lot of people with some skills would probably consider this area as a great area to think about getting in, especially if they haven't yet. The smart ones, if they hadn't yet, they would have been waiting for this top. They've been waiting for some sort of confirmation, what kind of correction they're seeing, where it might be going, and then they'd be looking for their best buy-ins, which would likely be around this 5.5 level, because they would have seen it coincide also with a roughly billion market cap, and then maybe down at the 4 and below level because they know that things can bleed a lot longer and be more painful than most people might imagine. So there we are. Good luck, stick around. Like I said, we have some time into May, June. Also, at some point, we might see, now this is the Bitcoin chart, we might see divergence between Bitcoin price against R compared to the dollar price against R. But seems like all the alts are getting pretty well well played. So I don't know. I don't see why Pirate against Bitcoin can't make it work. You know, why it can't go up as well as the dollar chart. Now, what is going on here? If we look here though, oh lordy, oh lordy, oh lordy. What kind of pump is this? I'm guessing if we're calling this an impulse and it must have 5 waves, I'm going like this. This is my count, okay? It must be, I don't know. I can't see another way right now on this daily chart. Oh, so I'm gonna have to erase it, sorry. Let's do that. Boom. Let's get rid of you. 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 I'm pretty sure there's a better way to do this. Oh, by the way, I'm gonna put a little bit of a video about setting up a grid in getaurox. Let me set up the grid. Okay, I don't want to stick here for too long. Let's just take this last thing. So what kind of idea are we working with? Is this over? Is this one big structure over? I'm hoping not. I'm hoping that this, what I'm doing here is not the proper count, but it just doesn't feel right. That 3 to 4 wave is not big enough. It's not big enough. It's not. That doesn't feel right. This doesn't feel right overall. If you ask me, it's more like this. If you ask me, it's more like this with the with this like 5th extended wave, but that's within the 3rd. That's within like a 3rd impulse. So I mean, that's just what it seems. It seems like we are in something more like this, where we have and now we're trying to find where is the 4. Okay, we're saying it might go all the way to here. Remember that 24th date? So let's kind of get that there. And then who knows? Since I'm pointing with my finger again, jokes. Since this 0 to 1 wave, so the 1 wave is small and the 3 wave is big, that would be probably the extension wave. Therefore, the 4 to 5 wave probably won't be that big. And in fact, just like a Komodo coin, true to its form, or maybe just like any other crypto coin true to its form, or any other market, when it might be finishing, it might not go that much beyond the 3 wave. The 5 wave might not. And I mean, it might start here by the time the correction is over. You know, it might go down and up and down and over, and then boom, here's where the next impulse starts, roughly. And then maybe, you know, relatively speaking, if this is a we're looking for a price range. So we're talking rough, right? We're talking rough. If this is a 500% move, Would that be would that also be a 500% move? We're gonna see a 5x. How can this be a 5x? What would 500% look like from here? Wow, that is big. Let's see. Don't go for any too much exuberance. Sometimes I get a little too excited, and you know. So 500% move would be a 0008. Okay, roughly. So let's be fair and say like a 0007. Okay, 0007. From where are we? Where were we? We were at a 0035 roughly when we had like the peaks of the candles. Yeah, we had like 0035, 36. I don't see why we couldn't have a double from there, which would bring us to a 70, a 0007. That would just be a double from there. Interesting. Okay, so that's my thinking for now on all of this. Yeah, who knows? But look for some buying low, selling high opportunities. I like this at least. I like what I'm seeing here so far. The shape of this candle. But it's red, and we'd rather that it's green. If we could, come on, pirates. If we could get this red body to flip green, doesn't even matter how much green, but especially if it could hit the top and be a nice freaking hammer like that, and just smash the opponents, and the bulls will take over just temporarily. But anyway, okay, that's it. I hope you enjoy what you're seeing. There's a bear scenario where we just keep going down further. And there's a bull scenario where we are in the fourth wave, long corrective wave of a 5-wave impulse trend. Let's find out. Okay, thanks for joining me. I'm Giuliano. I hope this has been of value to you. Stick around for more. Like I said, share this if you can, but if you're here until the end, that's all that really matters to me. I appreciate you very much for being here. And again, I hope that what I've offered you is helpful, and I look forward to doing it again very soon. Very soon. This chart is very exciting, and I'm enjoying this, and I'm learning a lot along the way too. So take care of yourselves for now. Stay healthy, stay wealthy, stay wise. All right, move around, stay hydrated, enjoy your personal relationships, be grateful.